Hello, this is Palico Patch, and welcome to a new Let's Play series on this channel with the game Rimworld, a colony simulator by Tynan, Sylvester and Ludeon Studios. This is Alpha 16, and just to give you a bit of a breakdown on my history of this game, I originally picked this up back when it was in Alpha 8, so it's been quite a while now, and I absolutely fell in love with this game. It was a lot simpler back then, so it was a lot easier to pick up from the off, and obviously since then things have been added onto it. I did, when Alpha 12 came out, bring it to this channel in a limited capacity as far as my playing of it is concerned. I'm not the best at this game, but for me this game is all about the story which grows up around your colony, as opposed to min-maxing and making sure that you win every time, because that's not fun. Who wants to win every time? Just you losers, that's all. Just you losers. So Alpha 12 was brought to this channel and it went pretty well. We managed to get off, and then as I was playing Alpha 12, when Tynan was on a 6-month hiatus from the game, he decided to come back and release Alpha 13, and I was halfway through my Alpha 12 build. I didn't want to just end it, so we carried on playing through Alpha 12, and then we moved straight on to Alpha 13. And what I found out was that I burnt out a little. I'd had enough. I was all rimmed up, as they say. And I left it there, and I haven't picked it up since. So it's been 3 updates since. Arguably some of the updates have been a lot bigger than the others. Alpha 16, I believe, is the biggest update for quite a while, at least since it's sort of Alpha 12, 13 anyway. So there's quite a bit added to it, and quite a few more things to look at. So shall we crack on? Yes, let's crack on. New colony, that's what we need to do. Now, as you can see with this, we have 3 different scenarios. You can also do a random one if need be. We're not going to do that for my first time playing for a while. I want to get used to the new mechanics and whatnot. That's not to say that we won't go to it at some point. We'll see how this colony goes and take it from there. So we're going with the basic one, the one which has been there from the start, crash landed. And yeah, the 3 of you awake in a cryo-sleep sarcophagi. So we've basically blown up in space, landed on this planet, and we just got to survive. It's got a nice range of startup gear, which is good. It means that the initial setting up of the colony isn't too harsh, and well, as you'll see in a second, we'll be playing on random. So it's a case of having as much help as possible without being too silly about it. We don't want to be, you know, opulent on our supplies, or else it's just no challenge at all. So crash landed, that's where we be. And yes, as you can see, we've got 3 different AI storytellers here. We have Cassandra Classic, we have Phoebe Chillax, and we have Randy Random, my favourite. He's my guy, he's my guy. With Cassandra Classic, she gradually ramps up the tension, which isn't that bad if you want to solely sort of build up a game of this, but we're looking at jumping straight into it. So throw at me what you will. Phoebe Chillax, that used to be known as Phoebe Base Builder, but I've noticed they've got this in here now, where I'm guessing it's just not as hard as maybe Cassandra would be. But we like Randy because he'll just throw whatever at you. He don't care. And as you can say, as it says here, and he doesn't care if they make a story of triumph or utter hopelessness. It's all drama to him, and that's what we like. And we're going to play on rough, because that's what we've always played on. Randy Random on rough. Let's crack on. Now, the one thing I have learned about this is that the global coverage should be at 100%, and that way it just gives you a nice big planet to get as much choice in where you start off, and also what is on that planet as far as tribes, pirate gangs, and other such things. And we're going to hit this. Let's hit it 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're playing on Duster. So if you want to play along, Duster is your beast. Duster is your beast. And we're going to click generate. This might take a second. So I'm going to end it here, and then we'll pick it up when the globe has been produced. Bear with me. Okay, well, here is our map. It is, ooh, it's the wrong button. Let's have a spin around. As you can see, it is, well, vast. Vast and open, and it's a globe now. This is the first update where instead of just having a flat map or a bit of a square bit of terrain, it is now a fully fledged, ooh, spinny globe. And as you can see, there's all sorts of biomes here, and there's all sorts of pirates, there's all sorts of natives. There's well, it's not much of a Rimworld really. When you hear the word Rimworld, you think, that's something just out in the middle of nowhere, no one's bothered with it. But I would say this is a fully populated world. So maybe Tynan should change the name. Anyway, we are going to be selecting a random site. Now, there is only one prerequisite when it comes to this. I am looking for growing period of all over. So if we go to, not planet, terrain, here we go. And as you can see here, growing period year round. Now, I'm not going to choose this one because we want to press random at least once. But as long as it says growing period year round, that's where we're going to go. We're not worried about temperatures. We're not worried about what stone types there are. We'll adapt. We'll adapt or die, won't we? So let's hit this. Let's hit this 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Growing period. Rubbish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So we are on arid shrubland, a dry region, but not dry enough to become a true desert. Open plains with grasses and bushes give way to scattered groves of trees. Plants are hardy even, and there is a moderate density of animals. We have interesting temperatures. Nothing too bad there. We've got nice stone types there, sandstone, granite and marble. So we've got the hard and the soft stones in order to build up the base and create beautiful, beautiful sculptures, because we're going to have a bit of a renaissance. Yes. So, yeah, let's do that. Next. And right, on to the next bit. These are our starting characters. Now, again, I'm not here to be really sort of stringent on what their traits are, or their skills, or their health. The only prerequisite I have is that none of these are incapable of anything, if that makes sense. So, for instance, Phil is no good because he can't do intellectual cooking. I think as far as a start to this series is concerned, we need our 3 colonists to be able to do everything. Not necessarily well, just be able to do everything. So I'm going to have a click through this randomize button, see what pops up, and I will bring you back onto this in a second. Okay, we've got our 3 people. We have James Talbot, who's 18 years old, but he's actually 101 years old. He's just been frozen for a very long time. And in his childhood, he was a shopkeeper. We'll go into the backstory of everyone whilst we're on there. We have a bit of a quiet period. But as you can see, he's incapable of nothing. His traits are generally okay, but his other skills are relatively quite low. So there's a few decent ones there initially, but not too bad. We then have Lisa Spears, not sister of Brittany. She is age 20, but as you can see, she's been in, what's the word? The cryosleep, that's what we're looking for a hell of a long time, 779 years. Incapable of nothing, which is what we wanted. Psychically dull, which is very good, but she is a little bit neurotic, so she might break a little bit quicker. And again, some very nice skills here off her. And then we have Princess Elisa Rich. Princess. She's 41, 881. Jeez, again older. Incapable of nothing again, which is all we were looking at. Hard worker and pretty. So, yes, nice. And again, just nice average skills here. Stuff we can work with. So, let's crack on. See where we get dropped. This part will hopefully not take too long. So, I'll just carry on jibber-jabbering for a second. And hopefully, there we go. It'll kick all in. The 3 of you awake in your cryosleep or crypto-sleek sarcophagi to the sound of sirens and ripping metal. You barely get to the escape pods before the ship is torn apart. Sometime later, you land on this unknown Rimworld. As pieces of the shredded starship fall around you, you start making plans to survive. And thrive? Well, I guess we'll see. Here we crack on with. Boom! There we go. Oh, we got a doggy. Smokey, the female husky of the new arrivals. I guess that's us. Let's have a quick look around of the map. As you can see, it's very flat. Very flat. It's got lots of chunks on there. These chunks we can actually make into blocks at some point, which is good. The other nice thing about where we've started is it's got a steam geyser straight off. Very close. So we can definitely work with that. We've got some components around here which we needed to repair things. The odd little block things we can get into. There might be stuff in there. But yeah, I think this initially is going to be a wooden base. There's not that much wood on here, to be honest with you. We'll have to see what we can crack on with. But first things first, let's find our peeps. Lisa, what are you like shooting wise? So, yeah, you're 6, you're 4, you're 2. So Lisa's our best. Where's my survivor rifle for you? Jimmy boy, you get the pistol. Where's my pistol? Keep moving around, guys. I can see the knife. Where's my pistol? There's my pistol. You take that, and Princess, you get the plasteel knife. Right, so first things first. We need to sort out the work priorities, I think. Let's just get all these bits and open up as much as we can. So steel, pick that up. Oh, oopsie. Pick that up. Nope. I don't think there's much more around here, to be honest with you. Oh. Ah, there we are. Okay, then we've got some survival meals around. I saw some over there. They stand out pretty well, thankfully. What else we got here? We've got a bit of wood. Wood's another good one. Scroll out. Not too much of that either. Silver. We've got steel. No, I don't want steel. Slag. Medicals. See, the issue I have from the off is that you have to actually go around and find everything, which is absolutely ridiculous. Well, it's not ridiculous. It's just me being lazy. Done silver. No steel? If I clicked on steel? Guess we've clicked on steel. Okay, so we need to build stuff. First things first, we need a little hold up for at least tonight. So let's go to our architect and get a little bit of a wooden wall built there. And a door there. We better have a dumping zone straight off, I feel. Dumping zone, and that can go there for the time being. Oh, you guys, get out of here and speed the game up a little. Need to get stuff out of here. Need to get somewhere to live. So furniture. So for tonight, come on. Thank you. And again, almost done. And then where's our animal sleeping spot? That's it. So we're good for tonight, at the very least. At the very least. Now we need to find a decent growing zone. This could be a little bit more difficult. I can't see any fertile soil around us. There's a little bit here. It's the darker stuff. Ah, there's a big patch down there. There's a nice patch there. Yeah, but nothing near us. It's quite a large one up here. Well, it would be around the outside of the map, wouldn't it? I'm not a fan of building near the edge of the map, simply because you never know what's going to come from where. Be it north, south, east, west. Pirate, trader, or beast. So we want to try and keep it as central as we can. So with that being said, it doesn't really leave us much to do. I suppose we could cut some more wood down for the time being. I suppose there. Let's build a couple of small growing zones initially. I might change this at some point. It might even be worth us doing hydroponics at some point. We'll have a 7x7 there, 7x7 there, 14x2. So we're going to have, we shall have rice. We'll stick that to the potato. And I know we can't use it at the moment, but we're going to need some heal root at some point. Yes, I know. Heal root requires 8 skill in growing to sow. We will get around to that. Hopefully we're not going to get damaged too much in order to be able to use up all our medical kits for the time being. But even so, I think it's something we should probably make a move on as soon as we can. I just want to make sure I haven't missed anything. See, it's getting dark and we haven't done anything. Some ship parts around. That was ship. And then... yeah, I don't think there's much else. I don't think we missed much anyway. I'm very disappointed about the growing zones. I honestly thought we'd have it a bit easier as far as that's concerned, but alas, no. No, that'd be it. Right, so they're going to sleep. We need to start planning things out. What should we do? We've got a dumping zone, growing zones. Turn off the home zone area. Right, okay, so I suppose we might as well build on the sand. There's not much other reason to not build on it, really. Got plenty of steel up here, which is awesome. So yeah, let's build on the sand even. Structure. Right, first things first, we're going to need bedrooms. Now, I know that in this latest update, Tynan's gone a bit loco on the size of bedrooms to make them happy. I don't think I'm going to be going too crazy. I think a 5x4 What's that going to look like? 5 by 4. So I need to be 7 by 6. Is that right? That's a fairly chunky bedroom for anyone, isn't it? If it's only taking up 2 for the bed. I'll cancel that. Let's... should we do 4 by 4? 3 by 3 is quite small. So if we do 4 by 4... Yeah, that's reasonable, I feel. That's reasonable. So we want 3 of these. So we'll have that one there. Are we going to build right up to the growing zone? Should we have the kitchen above it so they can just walk out and grab whatever they need? How far is that as far as being central is concerned? Yeah, it's relatively central, I suppose. Okay, not enough stored, that's fine. Actually, that's a good point. We don't have a stockpile zone. And in our stockpile zone, we shall put... Well, I suppose we might as well do everything until we start... Yeah, even corpses. That'll do fine for the time being. So we need to get back to creating some bedrooms, keep them nice and happy. Is that 4 by 4? 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's right. And then 5. Oh, you bastard. Why can't I cancel that? There we go. Okay, so that'll be their bedrooms. Then I think we should go and build the kitchen straight away. So we'll do that next to the growing zone. We won't put it higher though. We'll do it off this bedroom. So didn't mean to do that. So 6, that's 5 in, and then if we come up a little, this is going to be our kitchen and dining area, so don't want it to be too small, so 2, 3, 1, 2, we got that wrong. Once more, just add a little bit further, we have to put both, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yeah, so that's putting the tables next to each other down here, out of the way. Or should I put the tables next to there? Yeah, I think that's going to be okay for the time being. I don't want to jump too far ahead. Are you guys... You're growing. What's Lisa doing? Ah, she's hauling. Right. So, why aren't you guys chopping? I would say chopping's pretty important right now. I think I'm going to have a look at the work priorities right now. Bear with me a second. Right, we're back. And I have to apologise when it comes to my initial setting up of the base. I am a bit sort of flip-floppy. I don't know what to do. I'm overwhelmed by everything. But I think I've got at least a little bit of a plan for how this is going to pan out. At least for the next few episodes anyway. So, as it stands... Work priorities. We have sorted it all out now. I've got everybody doing what they want them to do, and I've also redesigned the kitchen / freezer area, which will be popping up hopefully soon, because we're going to need some stockpiles coming up to at the main point. Well, as I said, very soon. I've also created this little base here. We're going to have the freezer section. I'm going to have a little vent here, and this will be where the meals are kept separately away from the raw goods. Simply because it means that if they're going to be eating down here, they can run in and run out as they choose. And hopefully not get too cold, because having the vent in there rather than just a direct cooler being in there would hopefully sort that out. But I digress. Let's crack on. Now I've bored you with the main bits. It should hopefully run a little bit smoother here. My only quibble is now that I've set them up, we haven't got enough wood. So for the immediate future, they're going to be looking at the wood, I think. And then we'll be expanding this way. But again, I can't come too far because we've got this geyser here we want to use. We could possibly make it a torture room and put that into a room where travellers can go into and kill them off that way. But I know they've changed the way that travellers work as well now. And, well, pirates in general. If they are dressed in stuff when they die, it shows them to be having clothes which have been worn by dead people, and the colonists don't like that. So that's something which needs to be done before they die, obviously. Saying that, I think we're going to have to... It's orders, isn't it? Haul things. That's not hauling things. Let's get all these out of the bedrooms. That's just plain ugly. And we can get them from around here as well. We'll make use of these at some point. Yes. So I think they're going to have one more night bunked up together. And then they can look at... they're very quick though. They're very quick. Then they can have their own separate rooms. We'll probably have to build at least one more room. I don't even have to go above now. Or... So I'm going to need extra bedrooms in case anyone else comes along. But I'm also going to need a prison and a medibay. I suppose worst case scenario right now, if we just use one of the bedrooms as a medibay if anyone gets injured, that's not so bad. But that's something we definitely need to think of in the near future. So bedrooms. So I suppose once we've done this, we can look at making the butcher table and the stove. Now, is it worth keeping a separate wood pile? Because at the moment, I believe they'd all be dumped in here. Wow, what's that? Agave fruit. Fancy, fancy. It probably makes sense to keep the wood stockpile close to this, although I think at some point we will be looking at changing over the fueled stove, which takes the wood to the electric stove. Maybe we should look at power next. I suppose I could put a research bench in. No, again, this is what happens. Overwhelmed. We need to concentrate on what we're doing. So let's put in a fueled stove. That can go there. And a butcher table. That can go in there. Bedrooms are built, so let's just give them normal beds for the time being. Spin them around. This is the only thing. I'm a symmetrical guy. I like things being symmetrical, and it's not going to be here now, is it? Ah, well. Now I'll deal with that. So bedrooms up and running. We can now deconstruct those. Don't need those at all. Need colonist beds. Yeah, you're making those. I'm sure that'll be done before it gets dark. Medipacks are okay. Components are okay. Right, so let's set up some simple meals. We want at least 10 of those at any time. And we want to do that until we have 10. We've got nothing to actually make with yet, although this will be popping up at some point. Yes, I know, I'm on it. Then we'll have our first stockpile zone here. And that will be meals. Raw food? No. We'll have chocolate in there. Because why not? Why not? No, let's not have chocolate in there. We'll put that in the normal place. That's fine for that. Oh, then we better make that preferred for meals. And then we'll set up a second stockpile zone, which is in there. And that will be for... We could have an overflow, I suppose. Lisa, can you finish making the materials? Have they called that wood down already? Okay, so in which case we will need to get you to cut some more stuff. Have those, Lisa, please. No? Can you cut? Is that going to give me wood if you cut the cactus down? Yep. And now if you would need materials. What's that? Hold that. Maybe we should put the stock zone here near the base. Oh, lordy! I haven't set that one up yet. Okay. Clear all. We want meals, raw food, chocolate, what's kibble, animal feed. Not worried about that. Pemmican. Taste bland but not offensive. That does need to be refrigerated, so we won't worry about that. Then we want corpses, animal corpses. I don't think anything else needs to be... Actually, the medical stuff might need to be done. So that's items. Is it? Manufactured? Medicine? Let's put it all in there. Why not? Keeps it nice and tight all together. Drugs. Drugs. Let's put drugs in there. There's plenty of space, so we'll put drugs in there. I don't think it's going to be that bad though. Why can't you build? Cannot work on wooden bed. Building needs materials. Well, what's that? Can anyone work on this? Okay, Lisa, you're gonna have to cut some more wood, darling. Sorry. Princess, stop hauling. None of you can go to bed until this bed has been made. Talbot, cut it. And she's just fallen asleep. Hang on. Right, now you build that. Hang on a second. There we go. What? Okay, come into here, because this is obviously going to be your bed. And there you go. Bedtime. Awesome. Right, so that's sorted. Right, so our growing periods are our growing areas are doing okay. Not growing at the moment because it's dark, but never mind. Oh, Smokey! I forgot about you, mate. Right, so you... Where am I going? Furniture. Animal sleeping spot. You can go in the corner. We also need a table. Just a short one will do. And we'll put just a couple of stalls either side. You never know. So we might get an extra visitor at some point. And then we are looking at a medibay next, I guess. Just in case anything happens. So if we build along there, and then we can put 2 into there. Maybe 3. And then if we build along here, do we want a big prison? Should we use this as a prison? We've already got it, haven't we? Oh, Lisa thinks that you should give your faction a name. What should your faction be called? Rimville. Okay. Since it looks like you'll be here for a while. Lisa also thinks that you should give a community a name. What should this community be called? Intimacy's Cave. That sounds rather sexual. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Rimville. Yeah, okay. We'll live with that. So we are known as Rimville. You going to wake up anytime soon? See, the dog is awake already. Talbot's up. Maybe I should set their scheduling. Or maybe I should hunt. We're running low on food, aren't we? We've only got 8 left. I suppose now would be a good time to have a look at the food stuff. What have we got? We got boom rats. They're not too bad, are they? There's not big flames when it comes to boom rats. Let's just pause you a second. How many are there? 3. Let's take those down first. We'll see how. Oh, she's top shot. Top shot. Well, maybe. Boom. Yep, yeah. I think I can leave. I don't think I'll have to watch over her too badly. Home area. So, just one away is enough, I think. Rhinoceros self-tamed. A rhinoceros has become tame. Colonists have decided to name it Xena. Xena, the warrior rhinoceros, I guess. Okay, well, are you going to fit in our dining room? I don't know if you're going to fit in our dining room. No, I'm adding. Don't want to clear. Don't want to clear that much. I think I'm going to use this as the prison. That's probably the most sense I'm going to get out of that bit. Too much. That'll do. And then if we expand... Am I still clearing? That'll do. Nice. Fire's still going. That's fine. We can live with that. That's why we set up the home zone. So if the fire does come this far, we can put it out, you know. And I think that's probably the best place to leave it right now. Things are happening. We're basically set up. We've got to set up the butchering. I'll do that before we go. Butcher creature forever. And let's bring the radius in a little. Just to accommodate the surrounding fridge. And simple meals again. I'll probably just want to bring in the radius a little. And there we go. That is our colony up and running. It's an okay start. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. We'll see what happens. What's this? Leather. Ooh, lovely. Things are moving along. Things are being butchered. Hopefully stuff's being cooked. Why are meals in there? Because that'll be... right, so that needs to go up to important. And then that'll be moved out of there into there. Then I don't have far to travel for that. Awesome. Right, yeah. I'm going to leave it there before I get sidetracked anymore. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.